Hello, everyone. I am joined today by El Valiente, Fernando Padilla. Fernando, how we doing today?
Really good, my man. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Love to see you. I hope everything's going well. I'm glad to see that you finally got your fight booked and everything. So I wanted to start off asking you. You've been getting into fights since you were young, but what started your love for MMA?
Uh, when I stepped in the gym for the first time, back in Chihuahua, I just I can tell you that like it's the first time that I felt that I fell in love with a sport in on a personal level. Um, I knew as soon as I step in the mat, like okay, this is what I like. This is what I want to do. Uh, like you say, I like that's obviously been in other places. Like I fight since I'm really young in the streets and all these things, and I just felt that I liked it. And but as soon as I step in the mats is when like the sport passion came to me, and I was like, okay, I want to get better at this and
Okay.
do it all my life, pretty much.
Yeah, I know you talked about how you played what's it, American football, soccer,
Yep.
you did karate. I mean, you did a bunch of different things, but you said that nothing really gave you that like fulfilling nature until you stepped on the mats and just started doing
Yes, yes.
MMA. It's weird because it's just like, like you box, you did everything, but just the combination of everything is really just what you loved. I just like that you're a true mixed martial artist in that sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can say it like that. There's other people who will not say that I'm a martial artist, but yeah, I kind of feel that way. I have passion for the sport. I love to do the sport, and yeah.
So was this something you always wanted to do? Like how old were you when you first realized that you wanted to go full
It,
time into MMA?
it's funny you say that. I just had a conversation yesterday with some of my friends about it, my teammates obviously, and it's like I will not lie to you. It's not like when I was fighting in the streets or when I was a little kid, like just like fighting out of nowhere. I was thinking, oh yes, this is. One day I'm gonna be a fighter. I'm gonna be a professional fighter. Nah, like it really didn't hit me till like I tell you, I step in the mats. I start going every day. I start getting tapped. I start getting like punch, and then I realized like, okay, this is something that I would like to do constantly for my entire life.
Okay.
You
How
know.
old were you when that was? Like what?
So 16 when I went to the MMA gym.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the first thing.
That's about around the time. Okay, nice. I
Yeah,
mean, you've been fighting since you were pretty young. I mean, you still are young, but like you've been
thank
fighting
you, man.
for since a young age. I feel like that's part of that like Mexican culture. I swear, like all the like like Mexican boxers, even Mexican fighters are always fighting from like a young age.
Yes, sir.
Yep. I know like family is a big thing for you. I know you have a couple different siblings, couple brothers, a sister, and I know like your dad has been like his hardworking nature. He's been a role model for you all his life. Just tell me more about, your family and how they've pushed you and gotten you to where you are today.
Uh, I think in general, I think I've been always like really close to my family, always, always, always till I came here. I think is the first time that I actually got far away from them. But Um, I'm a lucky man. I know for a fact I'm a lucky man to have a family so tight. Um, my dad always like I have mm, uh, memories of being really young and seeing my dad fight. Like I'm pretty sure I said a few times in other interviews. Um, my mom is a really passionate woman in every aspect of her life. Everything that she does, she put effort on it. Like it doesn't matter what it is. And I feel that my dad the same, working every time. If he showed me something, is that it doesn't matter if you're sick, if you're tired, if you're like on the wrong day and you start your day with the wrong feed. Like he always wake up and go to work. Always wake up and go to work. Um, and other than that, like I don't know. It's just like I tell you, I'm lucky. I have a good family, and I grew up good. My childhood was amazing, and just like I'm not gonna lie, in terms of this sport, they were the first ones. My mom and my dad, they were the first ones to kind of trying to kill the dream
Mhm.
of like, hey man, like
They usually
I don't
are. They
know,
usually
like
are.
yeah, it's like they don't they really didn't see uh that passion that I had, till I had to show them, till like I had to put the work. I stopped missing like family parties and reunions, or spending time with them in general, and they start just realizing it's like, okay, maybe this is what this he wants, maybe it is. So uh until I came here too, uh, my dad loves me, and that's not a debate. But I've been always a really messy kid, fighting on the
Yeah.
streets, not really paying attention in
Just
school,
getting into
always
trouble and stuff. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, just in general. And I always had like a lot of conflicts with my dad because of it, right? He just wanted me to be good, to do good in life, and at the moment and in my adolescence, I really didn't understand that. Now that I'm older, I kind of get it. But when I came here to America, and I had my first loss, is the first time I hear my dad tell me that he was proud of me. And that's just like it just boosts me up so high up. I never been high like higher in my life, and it gave me a different type of purpose, a different
Yeah.
motivation now to be like, hey, I like that. I want you guys to be proud. I
Yeah.
want you guys to know that I did something with this.
That's great. That's beautiful. I love that. Like, I love how, like, it went full circle because now, like, you started off and they were the ones that, like you said, killed your dream. Like they were the ones that were like, no, but like now, part of your purpose is fighting for your family and making them proud. And like, it's just cool how it all comes for full circle eventually. Like when you have that kind of passion, it always will. So I just love to see that you have that drive and that you've gotten exactly where you want it to be. It's amazing to see. It really is.
Thank you,
So,
moment.
so you won that Fury FC lightweight championship. Not lightweight, featherweight
Featherweight.
championship. Yes, sorry. I'm looking for a fight in front of Dana White. Did you know when you won the way you did that you were going to get signed? It was a pretty nice knockout. So I'm just wondering.
Thank you, man. Not really. Like I said it on the interview, I said it on the post fight interview, and then like I'm always saying it like that. I think that's what kept me so sharp and mentally prepared for that fight. That Dana White being there, like I love the boss. Thank you for the opportunity, but Dana White there was just an extra. It
Mhm.
was gonna happen if it was gonna happen, right? So I was focusing on that belt, on that fight, like especially on that fight,
Mhm.
uh, being my first title fight in my life, and really wanted to prove something for me more than to other people. Got me that knockout. When I got the knockout, I went to the backstage, and I talked with my family. I talked to some people, and then my coach kind of sit me down and he's like, "Hey, come here. Um, I don't want to kill your hype. I don't
Mhm.
want to kill
The
the
fight
place where
high.
you're at.
Yeah.
Stay happy. Stay how you are, and that energy, that smile, keep it." But he told me, "But look, if Dana doesn't sign you for one reason or another, just let him know that you're ready for whatever, and you will take on everyone till you get there."
Mhm.
And I was already going with that mindset, to be honest, with the okay, whatever happens, if he signed me or he don't, like I'm gonna tell him is like, hey, I'm gonna
Yeah, I'll
keep
be
knocking
there. I'll
out
be there
people.
anyways. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Mhm.
And it just kind of came full circle. It's really funny. My first fighting here, Dana was there, and
Mhm.
then he was able to see me again and see my growth as a fighter. Uh, and it was just amazing. When he happened, it's just like a dream, man. Like I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie.
No, I can only imagine how amazing it must have been. So did you talk to like how did you find out that you were officially signed to the UFC? Did you talk to your coach? Did you talk to Dana directly? Like how did that work?
Dana was there. Dana passed
Yeah.
me to he told me, hey, a guy came for me. He's like, hey, Dana want to talk to you.
Okay.
So I went to a room where there was a bunch of people outside. I came to the room.
Mhm.
The energy on the room right when I got there was something that I never felt in my life. There was so
Must have been
many
amazing.
obviously famous faces. My face was just locked in Dana White. And I started just getting surprised the more that I kind of opened my eyes. It was like, oh, Matt Serra is here, and then Dean Thomas too.
Yeah, all of
And,
them.
I remember I just hear these boys in the side, and then I look on the side. He's like, oh, he's Black Beast. It's Derek Lewis. I remember I
Yes,
hold
because
his hand.
it was the weekend that they were in Houston. right? For
Yes, sir.
what was it? 277 something? No.
277.
Yep.
Yeah, it was when Charles Oliveira against Michael Chandler.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So yeah,
Daniel Dariush was there too.
yes.
You know, like seeing all these like faces and like people who like
That's really
I like.
cool.
I remember I grabbed Derek Lewis' hand and like I couldn't even close
Oh, it was
mine,
massive. I could only
bro.
imagine.
Like it was like a brick. It
Yeah.
felt like a brick. Like it was like, damn, this is a heavy hand.
Hmm.
I think I even make a comment about it.
Yeah.
But then Dana obviously like right away he looked at me. He told me he's like, hey, I need you to work in certain things, but you fight like a Mexican and you're in the UFC.
Nice.
So man, that was just pretty much it. It was quick and sharp and what I wanted.
Yeah, that's great. So speaking of that whole like Mexican like mentality and that Mexican just like culture and everything, how does it feel having that new trio of champions as the Moreno, Grasso, and Yair, the three champions?
I just, man, I just have two words, the same thing that Brandon say, and it's the reality, and I feel that that's what how every Mexican feel right now is si se puede, si se puede. Like
Okay.
it is possible, you know, it is possible, and don't get me wrong, I understand right now that like this is the best time to be a Mexican in the sport right now, with all these things happening.
Yeah.
But even if we had the champions or we don't or we didn't have them, like I'm focused on this, you know, like I was always going for that the main belt. That's always the goal, that's always been the goal. uh and I'm glad that we now have people that is been there and prove that to the world that we can do it, you know,
Yeah,
because
definitely.
again, that's another drive, another motivation on top, you
Yep.
know, another like, hey, yes, si se puede, you know, si se puede.
That's
So
so with the whole Mexico thing, like the UFC PI is coming down to Mexico. They're opening up a PI down there. I know the
mhm.
PI has helped you out a lot personally. I know, like, just like tell me some ways that the like you've used the UFC PI to your advantage and like just been able to grow
I
from it.
mean, me personally, I still need to go more. I've been just one time there. I'm trying
Okay.
to plan a few trips for this camp, or maybe just one, and then after the fight, go more often. But the first time I was there, man, it was just amazing. If it truly felt like I'm a professional athlete.
Okay.
I don't know how to explain it. Like
But
people taking care of
just like
you.
such advanced tests being done. I saw like the clip and everything. Like there's just so much like the breathing test, the amount of
Yeah.
oxygen you're taking in and stuff. Like it's crazy to see how advanced it like all is. That like
Yes, and how did they like they can like all the strength tests, the breathing tests, all those things are like on a different level. And
okay.
um, I wasn't at my best when I went over there, and I'm glad because I know the next time I go and make the test again, I'm gonna perform different, better, and
Okay.
they're gonna see different numbers. So I'm kind of glad, honestly. I pushed myself as hard as I could. I almost died there, but it was nice.
Okay.
It was amazing.
I almost died there. Can you tell
Yeah,
me a little
bro.
bit about that?
I mean, it was just I was coming from like like maybe 2 weeks of not training, and I
Okay.
remember they like I was doing a little bit of strength conditioning, but like yeah, it was just really weird. I had a hard situation with life from that point,
Okay.
but I think that visit sparked everything again. It's like, okay, man, like I felt good. I feel amazing being there, and like even through like the exams were like I think they're designed to push you to that limit, right? To the limit of like oh exhaustion.
Yeah,
But
like I'm gonna pass out.
yeah, but he's I mean it's good. I'm ready for that. I've been always ready for things like that, and I pushed as hard as I could. I think I did good. But I mean, it was just a bike, the airtime bike. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
everyone who tell you about it is sometimes it's horrible.
Yeah.
Like
I
just yeah.
could only imagine. You were supposed to fight in 2021. You were booked to
Mhm.
fight Sean Soriano. I couldn't find like a real reason. I saw something that said visa issues. Was that
Yeah,
correct? Okay.
yeah, that's
So
pretty much it.
is that completely figured out now? With like
Yeah,
coming into
yeah.
this fight, I
I
was
have.
okay. I was hoping that like that would be something that was like figured out. What can you expect out of Julian Erosa? Are you like how familiar are you with like his fights and everything?
I mean, respect to where respect is due, and then he's a veteran of the sport at this point now. So like I just expect a good fight. I always say the same thing. I don't really like. I'm not a type of guy who like to talk shit
Hmm.
or talk bad about their opponents, and and I don't think I'm in that spot right now either to like battle with people. I don't think him, even Julian. I don't think he's that type of guy who's will
I don't
throw
think so.
shit or tell all these things. So like I expect a good fight. I think it's a good matchup. Incredible how these. I'll be honest with you. I was thinking about a lot of names before. Like people obviously ask me about names, and even my coach tell me like, "Hey, will you like to fight? Who would you think will be a good fight?" So I think about a lot of people, but I never thought about Julian, especially because of the way that he's been performing and being a veteran on the sport, and more in the UFC more than nothing. And I think when they give me that name, it was just like, okay, it's gonna be a good matchup. It's gonna be a good fight. I expect him to go do what he does, try to bang, try to fight with me. If he tried to grapple, like I get it.
Hmm.
Uh, but hey, we are MMA fighters, so
Yeah.
we have to put in a show in every aspect of the cage, and I'm ready for it. I'm just ready. I've been training so hard for this. I've been trying to get my game to that next level to be a complete MMA fighter, and I want people to see that. More than nothing, I expect myself to perform.
So was it surprising at all when you found out that you were getting someone that was like, just fall like if top 15, like because we had talked about this on DM when I had first
Mhm.
texted you. But Rosa is like right outside of the top 15. His last fight was, for the top 15. So it
Yes, sir.
wasn't it wasn't surprising at all to get such like, a tough test in your debut because that's what a lot of people are saying. I didn't see anyone necessarily writing you off in this fight. I just saw a lot of people saying this is a tough test for his debut, and
Yeah,
I completely agree. It is a tough test for your debut. So I was just wondering if you were surprised at all when you got that name, but no. All right,
not at
good,
all, man.
good.
Yeah, I live for this. I will die for this, and it doesn't matter who it is. I just want to prove that I'm the best. I'm the best in this sport, and that I'm here to prove that. Like I want to show the world who I am.
I think you're more than ready for it. I mean, you already have like a decent amount of pro fights. You fought UFC level competition, so I wanted to ask you about that. You've taken losses to Dan Ige, Spike Carlisle. How is losing to guys that are UFC caliber fighters like, like improved you and just like basically like how have those losses molded you and improved you into the fighter you are today?
I think Spike was the one who, like, I can truly say that, like, I never want to get into that situation again. Into the way that fight went, I just uh even before the fight, I felt that I wasn't ready for it. I have so many personal things on it, but uh, I always show up to try to perform and do my best. It doesn't matter what happens. But mm, I don't know. It just sparked a different thing on me, like trying to be more complete, trying to show the world that, like, hey, man, all these people know that I strike. All these people know that I have good jiu-jitsu. But now I have to show different stuff. I have to start like finishing people. Like I have to start putting pressure. I start to mix in a little bit more wrestling and stuff. I think even with Spike, it was my first takedown that I landed on a fight with him. I took him down. He reversed it. He did really good. But things like that just like make me more confident. I think so. I truly like. I always understand that like, hey, there's tomorrow is gonna be a new day. So it really doesn't matter like how it is. I think uh Dan Ige fight was something that I'm happy to have that fight as one of my toughest first fights because uh the guy was tough. I hit him a
Yeah.
lot. I tried to like really really tap him out and put a performance. I think I hit him with everything I had, and then he just started like I heard him a few times. With Dan, the main thing that I kind of learned with Dan Ige is that capitalize a little bit more.
Okay.
I think I land a few body kicks on him, and I completely see him kind of like sagging into it, right? But I was just standing in front of him, looking at him instead of capitalizing there, doing something else. And after that, you kind of clearly see that I start doing that a little bit more, capitalizing on my fights. 4 wins after that one,
Or first
and
round
then
finishes after that.
yeah,
Hmm.
also, um, I was just prepared. Like I think it just get me into that mood of like get ready, man. Like the next level, next level, and that's just been happening like constantly. The more that the losses that I have just make me better, and in a lot of ways, I think so.
Yeah, no, you bounced back from them really well. Like I said, the 4 first round finishes after the Ige loss, and now you're on a 2 fight win streak after the Spike loss. I mean,
Mhm.
you've came back from your loss as well. So on the opposite end of that, how has it been training with some of the highest level like UFC fighters that there are to train with? I mean, Carla Esparza, Chito Vera, Alex Perez, Ricky Simone. There's a bunch of high level guys that are coming in and out of your gym. So just tell me on the flip end how training with those people has improved your game.
I mean, in terms of Carla and Alex, I really didn't train with them a lot because
Okay.
the weight division, also Carla being a woman,
Hmm.
I'm fucking 6'2", and she's short, So, but we get to train, and we always gonna see each other in the gym. I think what I took from them too, Alex and Carla, it's the hard work and the mindset, the grinding mindset, the like never stopping, never stopping. They're there, they're working hard, and that's what they show me. With Chito, same. I cannot say the Chito didn't show me these things too. Chito is a hard worker, and you can see it in his daily basis. He's just constantly doing something. Uh, with Chito, I train it more, I spar it more. So like I evolve a lot because of him. Also, his mindset, the way that he thinks about the sport was always uh really eye opening for me. And till today, even though we don't see each other, or we barely text, I see what he's doing, and the only thing that for me, knowing him, the only thing that he's doing is putting the the standards higher and higher. So like, man, he's gonna soon be fighting for a belt, I'm pretty sure. So like, I want to get that.
Yeah.
I know I can do that. I know. Uh, he told me before. I trust in your technique. You're a good kid. Just keep doing what you have to do. So like, these people really really boost you, like as a person and as a fighter. They help you in every aspect. The Ricky the same, man. I think we've been getting more talks lately, and like more close to each other. And he's just an amazing fighter too. The way that he
Badass.
grinds, the way that he thinks about it too, is just uh seeing all these different sides of the spectrum is just incredible. And it just makes you better.
Yeah.
It's just, it doesn't matter who it is. Even, for example, I've been training with Chase Chicos,
Okay.
Chase Your Dreams, and strength conditioning. And he trained Marvin Vittori, he trained Giga Chikadze. So like, being able to talk to them and exchange conversation, exchange fighting ideas, uh it's amazing. Is they really show you how like people who is there think, and people who's there work for it. And it just make me want to maybe not imitate it, but made me want to match it up,
Yeah.
like be there. No, I know what I have to do. They're there doing this, I have to do this, and not be there, and
Shows you with the
and just,
mindset that's needed to be at the highest level.
yes sir,
Yeah.
yes sir.
I wanted to ask about what's it, Cheeto and Ricky, just their upcoming fights. I mean, how do you see those going? I mean, obviously, you're gonna say they'll win, but like, do you see some finishes coming up?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Ricky and Chito are known for that. They go for the finish. They capitalize and go for the finish.
Yeah,
So
and you're
I
the
don't
same
doubt
way.
that's, yeah. So yeah, yes sir. So I don't doubt that's what's gonna happen. Um, Obviously this is gonna be a big fight for Chito. I don't think is I don't want to say hard, because from now on for Chito, every single fight is going to be like that, right? It's going to be hard. It is ranked top five guys, and I'm pretty sure he expect those things. But the way that Chito is, the way that he works, and the way that he's been reinventing himself, I think is he's gonna help him for this next fight. He's gonna surprise some people. Maybe even Sandhagen. I know he's been saying that this is a easy fight, but every single person who think Chito is easy, they end up asleep. They end up with really big
It's
scars
all
on their
happened in the
face.
last couple. Yep.
You know, like even Sugar Sean. You know, Sugar Sean, incredible fighter. There's nothing to say about the way that his skills,
Mhm.
but the way that he was mocking Chito, the way
Yeah,
that he
talking
was
shit.
thinking it was gonna be just an easy fight because oh Chito is predictable. Chito this is just man. Chito brings a fight.
Yeah.
And like yeah, you can hit a dog once or two or three times, but he's gonna keep biting and he's
Yeah.
gonna keep fucking barking and biting and barking and biting, and that's how Chito is, man. It's a war dog for a fact.
So, how big of a fan are you of the sport in general? Like, do you watch fights in your own free time, or like, yeah,
Obviously, you have Alexa Grasso and Valentina. I'm honest and I'm not afraid to say it. I was thinking so much about how like Alexa could win. You know, I was thinking about like, hey, maybe this way, maybe if she does this, maybe she does that, and in my head I couldn't make a complete path of a victory for her,
I couldn't
and
either. I agree.
it was just like man, it's hard. Valentina is such a complete fighter,
Mhm.
but I want to say like this. This is something that like, and you're not gonna let me lie, and not no people who's been following the sport for a minute. Um, I completely got blinded by this because I saw it the first two times. I kind of had this feeling the first two times it happened. I call it the Ronda Rousey curse.
Okay.
I remember the day that I wake up when the Ronda Rousey was gonna fight Holly Holm. The
Mhm.
only things that I was seeing constantly, Instagram, Facebook, wherever I go in, Facebook, YouTube, uh, everyone was putting and categorizing Ronda as the toughest girl ever. Nobody's gonna beat her up. She's the best. There's no competition. She already cleaned the division, and then boom, it happened. You know,
Yeah.
it just switched the world.
Mhm.
Second time it happened,
Nunez
Rose
Pena.
Namajunas,
Oh,
Rose Namajunas against
Joanna.
Joanna.
Yeah.
Man, everyone was saying Joanna the Boogie Woman. She's killing it. She's doing all these things. Blah blah blah. I remember I wake up that day. That was the category that Joanna was indestructible. She goes and fight. She lost,
Yeah.
and then third time, and by this time I was like, okay, I already know what's gonna happen. I kind of have this feeling the entire day.
Okay.
Amanda Nunes against Juliana Pena.
Mhm.
I remember I was sitting down with my friends and I was like, I think Juliana is gonna win tonight. And they were like, no, man, like Alexa. I think sorry, about uh,
Nunez.
Nunez.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, Nunez is gonna win. You know, she's the unbeatable and all these things. And I was like, hey, I just have this feeling. I just have these thoughts, and it's been happening. And then, like I tell you, I was so into like trying to create a path to Alexa that I
Yeah.
forgot that like, bro, that all these things that I saw during the day, all the people every single person who I talked to, it was like, it's just Valentina is indestructible. So when I saw the first left hand landing, I was just like,
Ooh, this
what?
is a fight. Yeah.
And it just hit me. It's like that curse. You forget about the curse, and it was just like Alexa was there. Alexa
Yeah.
was there on
Yeah.
point, and Valentina for some reason wasn't. And like maybe I'm not gonna say like that. She was on the fight for a fact. Like she was
Yeah.
doing good. She came second round, do the takedown like she had to, and she was completely there. But
Yeah.
Alexa was always on top, and exchanges on top, exchanges on the ground, and bro, at the end of the fight when she got that basic step to fucking to the back take, wow, I was just like,
Incredible. Did
wow,
you see the
man, like
videos of her training that before?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep, she
incredible,
was
yeah,
ready. She
bro,
was ready. She was ready for Valentina to throw that exact kick and hop on her again.
exact kick,
She
yes,
she it's funny because it almost seems now, looking back on it, that she didn't even care about winning the rounds or this, that. She was just waiting for Valentina to throw that kick just to hop right on her back. Just to
yes,
hop
and
right on her
she
back.
and like I say, she capitalized, and it was after, honestly, like this is what I say, after that shit happened, bro. I didn't even care about Joan Jones. I was like, wow, wow. And
Yeah.
it's more because, it's Joan Jones. It's
Yeah.
really hard to bet against Joan Jones. So, and Valentina against Alexa, highlight of the night. What a fucking fight.
All right. So last question here. Do we have a prediction for your fight, or are you just going in there looking to get the win? Or do
I'm
you do
going
you
to.
have do you have a vision in your head like you did for the
I do, but I just have to go do my job, man.
yeah.
Honestly, it's just like that. I know I'm motivated, and I know I'm hungry, and I know when I'm motivated and hungry, it's really hard to fight me. That's the only way that I'm gonna put it. So, like I say again, I want to show the world who I am, and that's my prediction.
Okay. I'd love to hear it. All right, Fernando, it was great having you on. Great talking to you. Everyone, I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.